Hello everyone, welcome back. Now in this tutorial we are going to explain about function argument. Okay, JavaScript function argument. So here we have a question about function argument. What is a function argument? Here in JavaScript, when we create functions, we often need input value to work with. There are two important terms you must understand here. That is parameters, and we have an argument here. Parameters are the names retained inside the function definitions, and they act like placeholders. Arguments are the real value we pass into a function when calling that functions. Here we have some example, real life example. Think of function like a food recipe. The ingredient list is a parameter, and the actual ingredient you put in argument. Here we will usually explain with example. We have an example for it so that you can easily understand all these things here. So let's create a functions. This is a function. It is a calculate area. Inside it here we have what? This is a width. Then we have a height. And inside it here we will return width multiplied with height, got it. Then inside it here we have to create a variable, let total area, it is equal to calculate area. Inside it here we have to pass 5, okay, 5, and then we have 10. So this is your first example, and I'm going to explain that this functions. So here this is function calculate width height, return width height, So you see here guys, this width and this height inside a parenthesis, this one you have to focus on, this width and height, it is called parameters. Okay, so whatever you have put in this function here parenthesis, this one, this is your parameters. Then we have here in the function we are passing your actual values 5 and 10. This one, this 5 and 10, we called it arguments. This actual values 5, 10, it is called argument. You see your definitions. What is argument? Then what is parameters? Here you see parameter are the names written inside the function definition. So you see here, this is your function definitions. This is your function definitions, and inside it here, this width and height is it is the parameters. This is parameter are the names. You see here, parameter are the names written inside the function definitions. You see here, it is your function definition. Inside parenthesis you put your parenthesis inside it parameters width and height. Then here what happened now? 5, this 5, it is assigned to this width, this width, and 10 is assigned to the height, this height. When function runs, then in that case what happened? Okay, let me explain here. This one, when your function run, then in place of width here, here width value, it is equal to, now it is equal to 5. I have already told you this 5 is assigned to the width. So this one, this 5, this 5 assigned to this width, like this one, width value it is 5, and similarly height value it is 10. Got it? Now then function process it, these two values, your parameter values, width and height, multiplied them, then return your values. You can console.log. With the help of console.log you can understand anything easily. So I'm going to here explain with net. I think we've already on that path here, mind underscore script underscore t7. This is here what is, okay, I know what is this one. We have to here, I was forget to write a note now, and you see you got your output 50. Got it? Then here we have our next topic, argument object. Argument object, it is an important concept. Here JavaScript has a special built-in object called arguments. Here it store all the argument passed into a function even if we did not define parameters. It behave like an array. So okay, here we have the example. Let me explain with the example, guys. This one we have find highest score. So here we are going to create a functions that find the highest. Okay, this one here, let's create a function find the highest score functions, and then inside it here let define highest is equal to minus infinite. Okay, we start with the lowest possible number, and then inside here I'm going to use a for loop. So in this functions here use for inside it here let I is equal to 0, then it is semicolon, then next I is less than it is equal to argument dot length, then we have I plus plus, then in this here we check the condition if argument array we take a values, here each index value highest, then inside it here we have to assign your value in the variable highest is equal to argument inside it your I values. Got it? Formatting your document, then here we have to return your highest values. So inside let in the function we have to pass your values. So let's do this here. This one let best, this is here it is equal to find highest score 4 5 99 12, then 67 150 0, then 23. Got it? So you see here, guys, here we are passing the values in this function highest, find highest score. You see here JavaScript has a special built-in object called argument. It stores all the argument passed into a function even if we did not define a parameter. You see here we did not define parameters here inside, like here this is your actual value, that is argument, but you see here we don't have any parameters. You see here what we have, even if we did not define parameters, it comes like an array. So you see this value we will get it here as argument, as array. You see here it behave like array without passing any parameter inside it here, the arguments object. Got it? So you see here highest value is minus infinite, then we have to compare your values. It is a most possible lowest values, then try to console your values, not confirm console.log, this is your best score. Try to execute your files, then here inside it, and you see your maximum highest, your highest values in these objects. Find your highest score values. Then next here we have add all numbers, and then we have here again similar logic we have to implement. Like this is we have passed your argument, but here you see we don't define any parameters that you receive, but you see it automatically get it here as argument dot length as a array. So let me create another function calculate total marks, then inside it here let total is equal to 0, and then for loops, then inside it here let it is equal to 0. and then we have what height is equal to arguments and what length, this is I plus plus. Then inside for loop we have to totally while total plus is equal to argument. Inside array you have to access each index values. This one we have to find the document outside it. We need to return the total values. Return total. Then inside it here, let here write final marks is equal to your function calculate marks inside it here 10, then 20, 30, we have 40. Got it? So guys, let me execute your values. Here what are the things I am doing here. Even you can console.log and easily understand everything. Okay, so if you want I can do that for you. And how you can understand, copy this, just console.log and check your total values here, right? Headings, we need a spaceless inside here, arguments inside I to total, here your total values. Okay, now it is easy for you to understand everything what is going on in this function. Because of console.log you will really understand everything. Then you see this value here we see as a array of values. You see here the definition, it behave like an array. So all these values here we will receive as argument inside array. So that here you have to access each value one by one using the index. Okay guys, okay, let me explain this one. Even if you want here, okay, not just leave as it is. So let me try to execute functions. console.log here final total marks, final marks. So let me check it here, then you will get your output. And you see adding 10 to total 0, very first time your value total is 0, got it. But second time now we are going to add 20 value to the total 10. Now at this time your total values from 0 to the 10. Now the next time here, even here even you can check it here, your function how many times execute length. Here I want to here index for index. Now guys, it is easy for you to understand everything. And you see for index 0. Okay, very first time what happened here, adding 10 to the total, first time total it is equal to 0, very first time. So this is your first index. Now in the next iterations here your total value is now 10. Here this total value 10 and you are trying to add 20 value to this 10. This is index first, it is secondary iterations. Then in the third iteration, this is index value, but iteration it is third. So here adding 30 to the total 30. Now this is time it is 30 here 30. And then in the fourth iterations here index value is 40. This last it is 40 values. We are trying to add to the 60. Now this 40 plus 60 it is 100. So final total mark it is 100. Now I hope you got this idea how your value updated in these functions. Got it? With the help of console.log you will understand everything easily. So now this is time to comment and move to the next topic. Here order of arguments here matter. You have to keep in mind, it is very important concept. It is matter. Arguments are assigned by positions. You have to put each and every actual value at the correct position where you want to put. So let me here explain with examples. So in this one here comment are assigned by positions. So define functions. This is here calculate difference. Inside it, first number, then second number. Inside it, here you will return your values. This is the first number minus second number. Then outside it, here we have to define let result is equal to 1. Calculate difference inside it 20, then 5. Next is here let result to it is equal to calculate difference inside it 5 into 20. Okay, so you see here I have already told you here position it is matter here. Whatever you have to write first, and then this first actual value assigned to the first parameter here, then your second value assigned to the second parameter. Similarly here this 5, this 5 assigned to the first parameter here, then this second argument values here assigned to the second argument here. Good. So here your argument position matter here. Got it? So here inside here function same, function same. Here you say function is same, different order, and you got different result. Your different order of argument values here, it is a 20, then 5, then it is 5 and 20. So here order it is matter, different order, then you got it here different result. For the same function, you see here function same, here it is matter, here your order of argument positions values. So let's try to here console.log. This one here result, this is result 1 and total result 2. And you see your output, this is for the first it is plus 50, but for the second here function that you are calling it is minus 15. You see this is the same function, but here you are passing the way your values in this function here. On the basis of that function you got your result. Got it? For this one, for this function here you are calling its result it is 15, but for this one it is minus 15 because here order matters. Okay, so here you keep in mind what you want your result value. On the basis of that you have to pass your value. Here your first argument value always pass to your first parameter, second one pass to the second parameter, and suppose if you have third value, then third actual value argument pass to the third parameters. Got it? So it is all about your order of arguments matters. Then we have argument can be variables. Argument don't have to be direct values. This one suppose here arguments don't have to be direct values. Here you can treat as a values your argument, different way to pass your actual value for the function definitions. Let length, this is here it is 8, then let breadth it is equal to 4. Then we have to define a function calculate rectangle area. This is here calculate rectangle, and this is here rectangle area. Inside it here we will pass, this is the length. Okay, so here length values, and this is here width values. So in these functions here you have to process your values. We will return length value multiplied to your width values, and then inside it here calculate. Inside it you have to pass your length and width. Got it? So this is here functions. I have already told you. Here you can define a variable. Okay, your argument values as a variable, and then we have to pass in this function definitions as a parameter length values, width value multiplied, and you what your result. It is totally valid. You have to define value like this, and then this value you have to pass in this one. Okay, I think this one is spelling mistake, but you know this is okay. So you have got an idea about your values. And then important rule about arguments here. JavaScript is a flexible, no data type checking here, no argument count checking in the JS, no strict validation by default. Okay, so let me explain with examples. So this is here incorrect argument example. Here you can understand JavaScript does not check anything here. Okay, first here this is here convert to Celsius. Inside here this is you got Fahrenheit. Foreign, no foreign, Fahrenheit. Then inside we will return your inside parenthesis multiplied with what? 5 by 9. 5 by 9. Just here you have to pass. Then here let temperature and define let this is temperature is equal to this is here convert to Celsius. Inside it pass the value Alice. Okay, then tell me here what you got a result. You see here in place of Fahrenheit you pass what is string value. So you know if you try to subtract your string value, then it is kind of not a number. Okay, you what is so then try to multiply it. Okay, then you have to total result not a numbers, because JavaScript does not check types automatically here. You see here. So this is your important rule about JavaScript. No data type checking here. You know this is JavaScript here. Do not check any values here. What are you getting? The value is a string, number, array, object. Got it? So that's why here you know this is number and this is a string. So you try to subtract this value, you got another number, and then try to multiply. You have to got a number. Anything multiplied with another number with a number, you got another number values. Even you have to simply just console it log, and you understand things here. Temperatures, execute net files, you see another number. Got it, guys? So it is here JavaScript does not check anything here like data type or no argument count checking here how many arguments you got it here, or no strict validation by defaults. Here next it is about missing arguments. Next topic, if you pass fewer argument than parameters, then in that case what happen here? If you pass fewer argument than parameters, so define functions here multiply numbers inside it here num1, then it is num2, then inside it here num1 multiplied, this is num2, here multiply number 5, cut it, pass inside console.log. So tell me, you see it is 5. So you see what if you pass fewer argument. You see here you pass only one argument, but here you try to receive the two parameters, kind of first value you got it here. Now one value it is 5, but num2, in that case here what happened, because here you don't have passed any values, so in that case num2 value it is equal to undefined. So in that case here it is 5 and this num2 is undefined. So in that case what you got result here, you got not a number, and you see not a number. Got it? So you see missing arguments. Missing arguments means here you see we have only one argument, but here you try to access two argument or two parameters. So in that case it is wrong here. Next is about default parameters. It is a modern way to avoid undefined. We use default values. So here here we have defined function that is a calculate total. Inside it here price, then we have text value which is equal to 10. Then in this function we will return price plus text. Here we have to console.log inside the function calculate total. Inside it we have to pass one values. So you see in that case what is going on, guys? Let me cut it. You see default parameter, where we have our default parameter. This one, guys, we have our default parameter. When you have a create a parameter and assign a value in this parenthesis, that is your default parameters. You create a parameters and also assign values here. So that's why this is your default parameter. Why it is creating a here default parameter with a value? Because here for to avoid undefined, okay, we use the default value in that case. But you see in here in the missing argument you got your value, it is not a number. Why? Because here you just pass one argument but try to receive two parameters, and same case here we pass one argument but here we try to access two parameter value. So that's why here we have to define text value 10 to avoid undefined your value, your text value. Okay, in that case here you got your result not a number. Why? Because this num2 value it is by default undefined. So that's why here you got your result not a number. But here I am trying to avoid this undefined value of your text. So that's why we have assigned a value, default value, that is 10. Here you can write anything, it is totally dependent on you. Just for explaining we have considered 10. So this is text, it is 10. So now this is time to it 100 plus 10. This is what you got, 110. And you see, got it. So it is all about your default parameters. Here just in the parentheses create a parameter and assign them values. And this is the missing parameters, so that's why it's value undefined, and you try to multiply it with 5 with undefined, you got a values or your result not numbers. Next it is about your REST parameters. It is a modern and powerful. Instead of using arguments, we now use REST parameters. So how we can write parameters here? It is very simple. Okay, so instead of using arguments here, we now use the REST parameter. You also got it as a value here. Same thing, guys. This is function create all numbers inside it here. Dot. This is a number list, and then inside it here define let. This is let, not capital. Let total is equal to 0. Then we define for inside here let number of numbers. This is a number list, and then it is total plus your number. Got it? So form to documents, this is your total result, and then get final result is equal to 8 numbers inside step pass number 5, then 10, then 15, 20, 25. Got it? So here console log and your final result will be, you try to execute this one. Okay, so output it is 75y. Let me try to first execute. So you see here your result, final result is 75y, because here this one, guys, this here dot number list. Okay, collect all the argument into an array. Here all this value, this one collect into the array, so that from the array we have to extract or get each value one by one. Like first time it is 5, then here we have to wait. Now total value is equal to 5. Next time it is 10. Now the number, your number list is 10, we have to put in the number, then we have to add in the total. Similarly, next it is 15, and then next it is 20, then next it is 25, we have to wait and then return your total values, and then we have to just result. Got it? So here no worry about your rest operator. Later on we will explain more deeper all these topics. Then pass by value, very important concept. This one here, what happened in that case? Here let me here explain this example. This one here I am going to create a values here, functions change values. So not it is equal to, in this here you will have a parameter score is equal to 100. Then outside here let student score is equal to 50, and we have to change value inside it, pass the value. This one is student score, then console.log, this is the student score. So tell me here what is your result. In this one we have to pass your values. It is 15, and this is the score, we have 20. So here our output it is 50. Why? Because JavaScript passes values, not the original variable. So that's why in place of a score it is 100, but at this time it is 50. Let me here. Okay, you can easily define it anything with console.log. You see here your result is 50. Then here object behave like a reference. We have another one. Okay, it is here. Here let me explain with example. Create a function object user, and then inside here user object, then inside it here user object dot name is equal to Alice. Then type to here update here, let me define const user is equal to name Bob. Then we have to update user inside here, we have to pass user, and then console.log your user dot name. So here it is question what you got in the output. Here in the output you got it your Alice. Why? Because objects are passed as reference values. Here if you think like, if user will pass in this function as a parameter, then we have to go to user object in dot name, change your values. Here name value now in place of Alice it is Bob. No, it is not possible, because objects are passed as reference values. So here when you can verify it and check it here, and this is your string, your name, it is Alice, not a Bob. So it is a very important concept here. Then we have common mistake the student make, confusing parameters and argument. Remember, it is a simple thing. Here parameter means name, parameters means name, and arguments means real value like 5, 10 or whatever your arguments real values. Got it? And one thing here you have to keep in mind, if you forgetting the order of your argument, then in that case you got an unexpected result. So here position matter for your arguments. Ignoring missing arguments. Always use the default parameter if necessary. Here if you missing your arguments, in that case if you got an undefined result, okay, like not a number. So in that case here you have to always for your parameter assign a default values. Got it? So it is all about your functions. This one, JavaScript function arguments. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next lectures.